SEP Cyle is an interactive site designed by FIU in conjunction with several other universities. Our team was tasked with performing a usability test on the site to find our recordings and with the ultimate intent of drawing conclusions. It is a site intended for students as a learning tool, so obviously we wanted to get their opinion to make a better site. Now, we used 5 different students, 4 males, 1 females, all within the 18 to 24 target range. They all consider themselves experienced users, having been using computers now for at least a good 10 years, and they use their laptops for a number of different reasons: school, research, knowledge, entertainment, programming, emails. They all had a wide range of reasons. Now, the users were tested in a quiet environment so they could concentrate better. It was all in one session, typically within 30 minutes. The user was presented with 5 scenarios. The facilitator could not help them out at all. They were presented with 5 scenarios and they went about completing each task. Afterwards, they were given a questionnaire about their opinion on the sites. And during all this time, the facilitator would record and observe behaviors, observations, and comments that the user might have made. They were encouraged to think out loud. Afterwards, the team met to compare our notes, and we found several similarities and conclusions.
Hey, my name is Jeremy Gio, and the user was given multiple tasks to complete, and one of the tasks that I asked them to do was to basically upload a photo to the website, and basically the user did this with no problem. It was very easy for the user to figure out what to do and how to upload the picture, and he had no troubles doing it or no issues doing it. And out of a 10, I asked him how hard was it to do, and 10 being the easiest, and he said a 10. The next scenario was to complete an assignment, was to basically go on the website and find the assignment page, like how to get to it. And once again, there was a little bit of frustration, but it wasn't too hard for him to do. And basically, out of a 10, the user would said it was about an 8 to do.
The more the user play with the site, the better they got solving the task. For task 3, we then requested how to ask their fellow classmates for help in a scenario in which they are trying to learn how to use JUnit to test their code but are having difficulty actually getting it installed and working for their class project. We noted that this was a simple task to complete. They just went to the community tab and scrolled through the different threads. One of the users noted this wasn't the most practical since they would just ask a classmate for help before using an app to post a question. Apps like WhatsApp is what many students prefer to use. SEP Cyle will need to make it more appealing to students to get them to use it. For task 4, we now told them they have to learn how to use JUnit via SEP Cyle. We asked them how they would go about learning JUnit in this case. Again, it was an easy task. Some of the users went to the top of the corner of the homepage to look for the link. However, moments later, they would navigate successfully to the tutorial assignments link and find JUnit section. For task 5, we asked the user how they get information on how they and their team are doing in the class compared to the other classmates. Users didn't have any problem with this task. We believe they have become accustomed to the layout of the site by now. They like the idea of leaderboard sections to see how well they are doing.
Hey, my name is David Mathis, and I will be talking to you about the responses to the SEP cycle. So we asked the users some questions, and these are their responses. So we asked the user, was the SEP cycle vague, or was it hard to use, or confusing in a way? They said it was not that confusing. It was simple to use, but the top left menu bar could use some adjustments or be emphasized, or they could add some navigation tools. We also asked them what was their first impression on the site, what made it difficult, was it easy for them to use. They said the site was very responsive, no lag time, it's easy to use, but navigating was a little bit difficult at first because they did not know where to go. We also asked them what else should be included. They said a button which contacts the professor and lets them know if they need help, which I thought was a great improvement. What did you like the best about the site? They said it's easy to learn. There's some colors on it, quick response time, and a leaderboard. What did we like the least on this? That's their responses were the task 2 was hard to complete. The top left menu was difficult and out of place. It should be emphasized, and the spacing on the lines between some of the tabs were just a bit off for them. We asked them, would people have a problem? They said they wouldn't really have a problem. It's just the menu bar is kind of hard to see at times, and it could be confusing and difficult for people who have not so good vision or maybe are colorblind. Any comments about the SEP Cycle? The website makes really good use of what it has so far, but it could use some improvement. That's all.
As our team met and to discuss our findings and compare our observations, as facilitators we noticed that all the users mentioned the lack of appeal of the site. It needed bigger letters or bolder colors. They also mentioned the lack of navigation bar at the top of the page that would allow them to easily navigate throughout the site. Some of them would also like a direct link to their class teachers as it would be beneficial to them. Despite the constructive criticism that the site received, all of the users agreed that the site was easy to use and it had potential to be better. With constant updates and additions of assignments and tutorials relevant to their studies, it would help them in passing their classes and studying.
In conclusion, overall everyone liked the site. They felt it was quick and easy to use as well as practical. There were suggestions, however, most notably the aesthetics. Most users felt that the site looked bland. If it was going to appeal to students, it needed to look the part. They wanted more options to make it their own. Also, homepage needed to be improved, particularly the sidebar in the top left corner. Users suggested navigation tabs at the top. There had to be more than simply a go-to course link that was hard to notice. This site is still in the developing stage. Changes will be made. However, users felt that the app had promising opportunities. They could see how it could help students learn and were certainly open to the idea of using it again after the final product came out. Thank you.